But do you think there will be a Wandering Earth 10?
No, even
People
though
are
for
shaking.
me,
Okay, everybody's shaking there. You gotta know when to stop. Quit whilst you're ahead, right?
I think for IP, like, to stay, like, it cannot just be popular when it was released. It has to have that kind of, like, sustaining popularity and
staying power.
Staying power.
Is that it feels like every movie is centered on how much we can stretch it into a franchise or how much we can profit off and build off the story. It creates a real narrative fatigue.
It's a competitive situation now in the global movie industry. I think Hollywood, they have no idea to deal with this kind of condition that the movie industry in the global south is rising, and how can they to attract more audience.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of China Vibes, where we answer the question, what's 火 in 中国? Right now, Chinese intellectual property IP is having a moment. The buzz for Black Myth Wukong earlier this year, and the fact that, we all know that creepy Labubu thing is now a plush toy beloved by many the world over. But these are just two examples that are proving the world is kind of sort of hungry for more of China's stories. And today we are here to discuss movie IP, i.e. the owned ideas that become the blockbuster films, hit TV shows, and iconic characters we just can't get enough of. Think, for example, The Three Body Problem, right? Nezha 2, right? And, of course, this is not my field of specialty, so giving their 2 cents on the topic are Beijing review reporters Peng Jiawei.
Hi, everyone. I'm back.
And Xing.
Hi, I'm here.
You're also back. And, drumroll please, Krislyn.
Yay.
Hello, Krislyn.
Great to be here.
Yes. A Houston native who is pursuing an MA in human security, expected to get that this fall, a film enthusiast, and the vice chair of this year's CHASC 5 Across the Pacific China-US Youth Dialogue for a Shared Future program. That was a mouthful. Yeah, okay. I'm just your moderator, sinologist, and Beijing review reporter Elsbeth van Paridon, so let's get it. Let's start things off with the lightning round. Okay, guys? So we're going to first talk about this year's Hollywood films. What Hollywood films have you watched this year?
So not a lot, to be honest. First of all, Mission Impossible, and then my favorite, I would say, would be F1, starring Brad Pitt.
The movie?
The movie, because it's just very straightforward, like action, fantasy, and nothing like very complicated or deep. So it's just like visual spectacles after visual spectacles, and I kind of appreciate that, because sometimes you need fast, like straightforward,
honest, pure
commercial films.
Yeah, I am commercial, and that's that.
Yeah.
You know, Brad Pitt, he is good. I mean, you can say what you like about the guy, but he's a good actor.
He is.
Krislyn.
Yes, well, you'll always catch me at the movie theaters, especially on opening night for a lot of these films. I loved watching Sinners, Novocaine, and Mickey 17 this year, but I have to say, Karate Kid Legends featuring the return of Jackie Chan,
all right,
absolutely took the cake.
Oh, so what did you like about it most?
The great thing was I grew up with the Karate Kid movies, so being able to see an original character come back and make an appearance to continue the journey, it also gave a lot of nods to the Cobra Kai TV series that also just appeared on Netflix.
Xing.
So this year I only watched 2 kinds of Hollywood movie. One is the releasing of Harry Potter. Harry Potter is a movie that I say that it accompanied my growing up. So when I was young, and I watched this movie series and followed the actor in the movie grew up, and I grew up.
Yeah.
So I think it have a very big connect with myself. So I love this movie, and I like the magic world J.K. Rowling created in the movie.
Yeah, and that goes straight back to Krislyn, who said you grew up with the Karate Kid. Now you got this original character coming back.
100%.
And then the second one is the Mission Impossible, the Final Reckoning. It's the eighth movie of the franchise, and the last time I watched this movie franchise is the fourth of this movie series, the Mission Impossible, the Ghost Protocol. It was 13 years ago, and I was completely captivated by this movie, and I think this movie is very it's a very fast-paced. It's a fast-paced, and also the most thing that impressed me that the key actor climbed the world's tallest building in Dubai, and but now this year when I watch this movie again, I feel kind of boring because they have very similar movie slot, and. Yeah, I think it's very similar to the last one.
We're going to circle back to that in a couple of questions. We're going to circle back to that exact topic that you just touched on, the similarities that you're seeing. Krislyn, I want to ask you, even though this is Hollywood films and Chinese Gen Z, now you have a connection with China, you have a connection with Chinese Gen Z. Do you have any particular opinions on this question, on this topic? How do you think Chinese Gen Z has been influenced or looks at Hollywood films specifically?
I think that the superhero universe really impacts Chinese Gen Z and also informs them a lot about the culture, but also the storytelling inside of American culture itself. Right. Because you get to see a lot of themes of heroism, of identity, of a coming of age, and the decisions that they make, because it's made for more of a Western audience, I feel can deeply influence Chinese Gen Z.
I think it definitely, for me, is a huge influence. And like Tao Xing, I grew up watching Harry Potter. It was my favorite movie series, and it kind of introduced me to English literature as a major somehow.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's just like a very great, because there were many books that talks about the mythical creatures and how they're connected to Greek mythology and Roman legends or something like that, or the behind the scenes stories where how the Dementor, the 摄魂怪, is created out of puppets moving inside water. So it kind of introduces me to not only English literature and also film industry, and that kind of inspire my passion for film, because it's just purely creating magic, and that was before the CGI era. So many of the creatures and the magics were created not by digital effects, but by they were made.
They were actually made.
Like the phoenix and everything was just made physically present. So it kind of just blows my mind, how film can be such a big thing that people would put so much efforts into it.
It's interesting because you just mentioned the whole magic of movies and everything being physically present, and now that brings me straight into something that Tao Xing just touched on, the rehashing of classics. And I want to start off with Krislyn. As you hail from the land that is home to Hollywood, what is your opinion here?
Honestly, it is my biggest pet peeve with movies that come out of Hollywood today, is that it feels like every movie is centered on how much we can stretch it into a franchise or how much we can profit off and build off the story. Whereas with a lot of other films, we get to see original thought, and instead we're getting these sequels, reboots, live action remakes, and it honestly gets a little tiring and creates a real narrative fatigue.
I think the Hollywood may lost the creation, maybe, and now for other country, except especially in China, the movie industry is booming. So it's a competitive situation now in the global movie industry. I think Hollywood they have no idea to deal with this kind of condition that the movie industry in the global south is rising, and how can they to attract more audience. And the only way they can find now is to rebuild the past famous movie and to appeal to a lot of audience that, for example, me at that time, I like Harry Potter, and now even I grew up, I still have a very special connection to the movie.
That brings us to what you just mentioned, Xing, the rise of Chinese film franchises. And especially because right now the China's film industry is indeed booming. What is your perspective on China's current filmscape?
I think they're doing a great job, honestly. I'm seeing Nezha, The Wandering Earth on not only streaming services, but also inside movie theaters. I think there's a real growing interest ever since the release of Parasite and Everything Everywhere All at Once to see more Chinese media and to see more foreign films and understand those like values. And then also the cinematography is so different from what we get in Hollywood that it really appeals to the Western audience.
The eye has to travel. It does make the eye travel indeed. Do you have any personal favorites? Or are, aside from the ones you just mentioned?
I was about to say, Wandering Earth 2, you can ask Tao Xing and everyone. I was sobbing after the first 30 minutes and I did not stop. It was a great movie.
But I've always wondered why not more people, even though Zhang Yimou is well known in the West, why not more people watch his movies? I mean, you got to start somewhere. You got to begin with something.
Is like creating this kind of like space. Whereas like Zhang Yimou, it's like individual movies where every movie tries to be different. And I think what they are also trying to do is to like not take away, but like be more universal. Zhang Yimou's film like really taps into the Chinese culture and the Chinese history. Whereas I think these films, they take inspirations from that, but they do not need like much like entry knowledge for foreign audiences to watch these films.
Which is always a good thing. It sparks the thirst for more.
Yeah.
That's good. Tao Xing, what is your perspective here? You're the one who actually brought it up. China's movie industry is booming.
Yeah, I mean, when I was young, when I went to the cinema, there are less choice for me, especially the Chinese movie. So at that time, there are many Western, the Hollywood movie in China, and one thing just Jiawei mentioned, that commercial movie is a very different thing. That even for Nezha and Wandering Earth, they are all movie about the hero. The different things is, while Chinese can also make the big screen commercial movie, and with the hero is Chinese.
Makes sense. Yeah. But do you think there will be a Wandering Earth 10?
I don't know, but...
Would you like a Wandering Earth 10?
No, even
People
though for
shaking.
me...
Okay, everybody's shaking their head.
Yeah, I watched the Wandering Earth movie for... is it the 2? No, it's her 2 movie now? Yeah, so I feel kind of boring about this kind of story. Like the Mission Impossible. They are all hero movie and with the similar,
Nezha as well, I think, it's great. I loved it. I love all of these, everything you guys just mentioned. But yeah, let's not overdo it, right, guys? I mean, hopefully China has taken note from Hollywood as to, what not to do. And one quick thing, sorry guys, this is not here. It's not movie, but it is related. Just a quick question about the micro dramas. Yeah, the micro dramas. Krislyn as well. I would call these a Chinese IP as well.
Krislyn is
And,
nodding.
yeah, I would also call these actually. Let's just, for the sake of this 火 in 中国, say movie IP. It is related. Just quickly to Krislyn, what is your opinion of the Chinese microdramas that have traveled abroad in the past 12 months or something like that? I mean, maybe
Honestly, we're obsessed with them in the United States.
Where do you watch them?
Where
Where do you watch them?
Yeah.
I watch them on TikTok and Instagram.
Instagram.
That's interesting. Instagram.
Yes, they have made their way to both platforms, and even though they're full of stereotypes and very operatic drama, it's so engaging that you just can't look away, and you want to open up the app and try to go to the novel to see more of the episodes.
Just don't do it whilst you're walking down the street, okay, guys? Just don't, because I think that's a problem we have here right now. Well, we've been having that for years. Taixing, you were also nodding with the micro dramas. Do you watch them?
Yes. Yeah.
I regret asking that question.
On Douyin, the Chinese TikTok. I mean, what the most attractive thing of the micro movie is the very, very strange plot, and you want to. You want to know what's going on next. Yeah,
you want to know
the
next 10 seconds, like plot twist.
I even paid for this micro movie for some time.
Have you done that, Krislyn? Have you paid for this?
No, I go on YouTube to look for the audiobooks based on them so I can listen to the ending even though I don't have access to the episodes.
They have audiobooks.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's how obsessed we are with them. We simply must know how they end. But we have to release more episodes.
Yeah, that's the hook.
Do you have a favorite?
Hook, line, and sinker.
Do you have a personal favorite? Or like, how strange can it be?
I don't believe I know the names of any.
Maybe describe the plot, and we can help you find it.
Yes, anywhere it's where they die like a horrible, torturous death, and then they have to go back in time and they relive the experience. But this time they're the ones who every trick and every plot, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's one of the very normal plot in the micro movie.
Time traveling?
Yeah.
After dying. Yeah. First you die, then you travel. Then you go back in time. Amazing. But
you must fall before you can succeed.
Yeah, exactly. But we can all agree this is where Chinese IP has succeeded, right? So how do you think that platforms like Douyin and Bilibili, that is China's YouTube equivalent, they're big focus groups and also even talent incubators because anybody has access to them. How do you think they are changing the way entertainment IP, so movie IP, that includes microdramas, is being developed and tested and marketed here in China? Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
So
Jiawei,
I think
take it away.
One of the way they are like transforming the Chinese film industry is that they are also becoming producing companies. One example is 浪浪山小妖怪, which just came out. I think the English name is Nobody.
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 Yeah. So it's also a spin-off of the Wukong, the Monkey King legend. It just came out, but it's based on a Bilibili production, like a TV, like animation series that were released in, I think, 2 years ago, and it was massively popular on Bilibili. And that's, I think, partly why it's made into a movie. And I think it's just interesting because the production company is Shanghai Animation Film Studio, which is like a very old school, not old school, but like the epitome of Chinese animation.
It's like time-honored brand.
Time-honored,
in the movie industry.
Yeah, it's
animation
a huge, big thing. But now it's partnering with Bilibili to make animations.
Moving with the times.
Yeah.
That's Taoxing.
I mean the social media platform, on the one hand, they change people's habitat of watching movie. So we don't like a very long movie, and they usually have know this movie in 5 minutes. They will and the second thing is like the macro movie. was created based on this kind of habitat. And then the other hand of the social media platform is that it empower more normal person to participate in the movie creation. For it's not belong to the big movie company, but it belong to more personal creator and the social media influencer. They can do what they want into the movie. For example, the Lang Lang Shan, the Nobody. The movie is based on the worker, our daily life. Okay. So it's more attractive to us who work every day. So we have very strong feeling connect to this movie, and this is more a general person can devote to the movie industry and bring many different things.
On a side note there, to all of you, I find that very often Chinese movies do a great job at connecting with people in daily life. I get many Chinese movies in recent years have had topics that resonate with the daily life here. They even resonate with me because I live here. And that is something that I don't really see in Hollywood anymore. And do you have any recommendations for example, Krislyn? What kind of movie in this daily life genre, if we can call it that, would you recommend?
There are some movies that recording the life of like cultural inheritor. There is a movie called 百鸟朝凤. Yeah, it's happened in a village, I guess. And it's talk about the suona. It's a traditional Chinese music instrument. And I think this kind of movie that can recall my child life in the countryside. And we know that nowadays with the modern life develops, we always lost a lot of cultural things, and this kind of movie that help us to raise the consciousness about some old things, and this kind of movie. 百鸟朝凤 is a very good movie. I don't know how to say it in English.
That's okay. We'll figure out. I just thought of one that's a couple of years ago. I actually have a couple of titles in my head right now, and it's a bit extreme, but 少年的你, The Younger You. Have you seen that one, Krislyn? 少年的你.
But I'm going to put it on my list now.
Yes, The Younger You. You have to watch that.
Yes.
Summing up, it's about a girl. She's in her final year of high school. She has to take the 高考, right? The college entrance examination. And it's, well, I can't say too much because we cannot give away, the ending. Spoiler. We're not going to do spoiler alert here. It's she's suffering from a lot of pressure, and that resonates deeply with high school students here. Also, her mom isn't home, has to work elsewhere, and she's also being teased and bullied. So there are various aspects in this movie that can resonate with anyone at any time. For example, the being teased, borderline bullied, not to that extreme extent that kind of resonated with me. Also, the school pressures resonated with everybody, I think. But that is definitely, I thought it was an excellent one.
What you say recall me one another idea is when I was in high school, there was a very trend for the high school students is we read a lot of digital book, like we call it the youth literature.
Right.
Yeah. So nowadays a lot of movie that was created based on this youth literature, like Guo Junmin's novel and Rao Xueman's The 左耳. It's very popular in recent years.
Interesting. You have to write all of those titles down for Krislyn. I think Krislyn is sitting there on the edge of her seat going like, me want to watch this. So that brings us actually naturally to the following thing, what you just mentioned. So as China's Gen Z is remixing and reinterpreting existing IP, you could say, also on platforms like Bilibili and Douyin. So this is a bit of a technical, professional question. Is it creating a new decentralized model of ownership that challenges traditional studio control?
Yes, so I don't think it's decentralized quite yet, but considering the fact that it's really easy for people to create their own brands and ways and methods of distribution, I believe like the anime, comic, and game communities are the ones that manage to do it the best.
Pioneers.
yeah, the pioneers of creating their own character formats and stuff. But while not quite decentralized, I really think we're on our way of content creators and Gen Z challenging the traditional studio releases.
Yeah, I see Jiawei nodding here. Anything to add to that, Jiawei?
Yeah, because a particular movie just came to mind, which is 引入尘烟, like Return to Dust.
Yes.
It's a very moving story, but it's not catering to any kind of big or wide audience. But like it was super popular on Chinese social media, on Douyin. It was wildly circulating. Because many people were like recreating content like based on the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And those content are about like their countryside lives and how they grew up in the countryside and how the movie just bring back memories of the rural China that may not be like very widely seen in the in the movie world. And so that creates a kind of like a 情绪, how do you say that, like an emotional trend, I guess. Yeah, that kind of bind people together. And that is exactly the opposite of what traditional Chinese studios, like film companies, are doing. They're trying to like expand their audience base and make more commercial and universally popular movies. But this particular movie, which is very niche and art house, kind of was discovered by the Chinese social media, like the internet surfers, and it was a huge phenomenon.
Maybe we
Also
can
in
get
the
it onto
box office.
TikTok, from Douyin to TikTok.
Yeah. So maybe like
worth a
that
shot.
popularity on Douyin can translate to TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
As well.
Yeah. Taoxing, any opinions here?
I don't think it's that decentralized. I think nowadays modern people are not very satisfied with the old way of storytelling in movie industry, like the hero movie. Sometimes we want more diverse movies. So, and this platform they provide a space for more person to join in this kind of creation. So I think it's a very good way for movie development.
So, and then one last question, guys. So we're talking IPs. Let's move just for a little bit onto IPs beyond, Chinese IPs beyond the cinematic realm. I want to start with Krislyn. What are some Chinese IPs that have piqued the interest of American consumers?
Well, we're going to come full circle to what your intro said, but Labubu is absolutely popping off here. Not only do we also have Pop Marts in the United States, so it was very easy for them to make their way into distribution change, but everyone is fascinated with the idea of a character-driven IP over a narrative-driven IP. So listening to Chinese fans who say, Labubu represents their personality, represents their lifestyle, maybe just the fact that its face kind of looks like a little monster. It really appeals to Americans over some like story where what if Labubu was an action hero who saved the day and fought for justice.
I do have one. Well, no. First things first. Taoxing, how many Labubus do you have at this point?
I have 5.
5. There we go. What is your favorite one?
The green one is called Peng. It's like a peace.
You're seeing it pretty much anywhere. It doesn't really matter what store carries it, because you'll even see it in mainstream stores like Target and Walmart, who just got product from Pop Mart or other places.
Oh, right,
but
right.
You will see people with these huge collections of what seem to be random characters, but they're fascinated by it.
But do people realize it's a Chinese IP? let's
I
get to the
also
core
wonder-
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some know. I think those who get it through social media or frequently online, they understand. But there might be some older individuals or some really young individuals who aren't quite recognizing that it's Chinese in nature and not just product, because we have a lot of made in China products here in the United States. So they might just go, oh, it's from China, with the understanding of it was produced there.
No, it was
produced
designed,
and it
yeah.
also belongs to.
It was designed in China. Do you have any idea of what do you think is going to be the next big Chinese IP? Maybe. That I extend the question to everyone.
Not just film, like
No,
any
just
kind of,
yeah. Is there something in the making? Is there something brewing online as we speak, which there always is in China's digital realm?
For example, the Lang Lang Shan Nobody. After the movie, and this IP is also very 火. But
火 in
it's
Zhongguo,
not-
exactly.
but it's not that 火 now.
yeah. I agree with Taoxing, because I think for IP, like, to stay, like, it cannot just be popular when it was released. It has to have that kind of, like, sustaining popularity and
Staying power. Yeah.
staying power. And I think for many of the Chinese IPs now, it's not, like, tested by time. Like, we still have to wait and see if Labubu.
Yeah. For example, Labubu is already have like five versions of Labubu, but the latest edition of Labubu is not that popular. The very
Not
small
that
one. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
we're tired
The-
of.
Guys, that's like the Wandering Earth 10. You
Yeah,
gotta know
yeah.
when to stop. Quit whilst you're ahead, right?
I think a lot of IPs are they popular because of some marketing. Like for Labubu, it's hunger marketing. You can't buy it, but other people have Labubu. I need to have. And for
brilliant.
for Nezha, so everyone says it's a very good movie on social media, and I want to go to watch it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So marketing is a very important way for the development of IP.
I'm personally really excited to see China overcome the 1-inch barrier in the United States like South Korea did. Currently, we have a trend of Chinese films that are released in the United States get released in their original language of Mandarin, and then subsequently a dub will come out a few months later. But it really messes with the ratings of the movie and then how well it's received by an American or Western audience. I'm excited to see audiences start trending towards watching films in their original language and still showing up to the movie theater.
In the United States of America, subtitles. That'll be the day.
The American dream. Overcoming the 1-inch barrier has been done, and we can do it again.
We bid thee good luck.
I would like to see more that are not based on Chinese mythology or like of the same kind of wukong or investiture of the gods universe. I would like to see more that are based on modern life,
Yeah.
the younger generation.
Yep.
But I'm not sure how that will resonate with like the global audience, because sometimes that's a thing that we will have to find out. Like how to
you
balance.
won't know unless you try it.
Yeah,
You have
but
to take a gamble there. Yeah.
yeah, but I think like to see those attempts itself is like a move forward, and
Yeah.
I wish we can see more of those kind of films in the future. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we will. I think the time has finally come. And speaking of time, we have run out of time, but I think we've covered all the ground we could.
Yeah.
Very extensive. So thank you guys. Krislyn, Simon, Taoxing, Jiawei, thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank
And
you.
yes, so that's what's 火 in 中国 right now, IP. And on that note, catch you for next China Vibes. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.